All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to Apostle Elder New York, GMS, and Scientation Yakaran World, Decision Truth, 100%. My name is Maya Ka'ala Bungad, with Chicago branch of Great Millstone. I can make a disclaimer that we are not black Hebrew Israelites. You know, black is a color, not a nationality. All right. The Israelites are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American and future faces scattered abroad. We are not fitted with any black identity and string group. And you see right here, man, you got this video, this guy, Garfield from Dagger Squad. And he's a damn demon, man. All right. Look what he labeled black Hebrew Israelite convicted of murder, belief versus knowing business and funding. All right. So he basically talking about the bugged out Jake. That was in IUIC, UK, all right, or there in England, and the guy was bugged the hell out in before, before he joined that bugged organization was headed by Nathaniel, all right, cause he bugged the hell out. He sold out to the Rosicrucians, as my late brother, principal and lawyer, Alliance of Israel, had told me a long time ago online, man, when I used to trade archaeological pictures with him and stuff. You know, so this guy, he murdered our sister, Joy Morgan. You know, cause she part of IUIC and everything. And Daniel said, man, you got a lot of shit to pay for, man. All right, so one of Nate followers had killed this sister, Joy Morgan. All right, and you had many Israelite brothers, man, condemning that, man. They condemning the murderer of Joy Morgan, condemning IUIC, for not looking out for that sister, man. All right, but you see, Garfield, he won't take this situation. The guy got convicted for murdering our sister, Joy Morgan. So Garfield tried to exploit that because Garfield has a hatred of the Israelites of the Bible. Garfield hated his own people. The nation of Israel, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. And he mostly hates Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. And Yahweh's word was the Bible, man. All right, this shows how stupid this guy is, man. All right, play what he said.
Number XY205. And they gonna put them hands on Shofar. And I'm not promoting anything. I hope
you ain't gonna promote
that doesn't
it, sister.
happen, but you guys already know.
I'm promoting it.
She just was 20 years old.
That could have been your sister. That could have been your mother. That could have been somebody else. But this disgusting of human being. Look at what Black Picasso wrote. He said, it is from the Bible that man has learned cruelty, rape, and murder, for the belief of a cruel God makes a cruel man. Thomas Paine from The Age of Reason. Very good quote, Black Picasso on YouTube.
She was just 20 years old, you guys. Do y'all remember being 20? How many 20-year-olds we have in the chat room?
All right, let me tell you something, man. People been murdering. Men have been murdering each other before the Bible even came on the scene, man. All right, but watch this. This idiot Garfield. He get mad after I made a comment about that.
That's still, you just left your teens, okay? So this is a pervert. This Shofar is a pervert and a murderer and a sick, twisted, indoctrinated freak, okay? I'm going to get back into the article, and let's see. Okay. Nasty Nate. Yeah, Flora said Nate. Yep. Rhoda, Nasty Nate. Exactly. Carmel said Nathaniel. Exactly. He would be the only person I would know who have extensive knowledge in knowing about murder trials, knowing about evidence, knowing about bodies. After all, he was a detective for the NYPD. Do you guys hear me?
Hold on a second. I see Michael Edwards. That's my big brother right there in the chat. And I see Moors or Israelites. They're saying men been murdering each other before the Bible. Y'all bug the hell out. Michael Edwards said, y'all gone too far. Grow up. Insanity causes, not the Bible. Let me ask y'all a question, right? How many people in the world today die because of an Abrahamic faith or a culture that follows the Abrahamic faith? Do you know Iran and America might be going to war? You know why? Our stupid president might go to war? Because
no, Iran and America is going to war because in Joel chapter 3, the heathens are being punished to put their hands on the children of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right. So Garfield, you don't know a damn thing, man. All right. And men been cruel to each other, terrorizing each other, murdering each other, raping each other women before the Bible even came on the scene, man. All right. And when the Bible came on the scene, Esau took the Bible and misinterpreted, and other heathens, even among our people, took the Bible and misinterpreted, man, use it for their own ways. I'm not talking about the prophets. That's in the books, man. All right. I'm talking about the 2/3 among our people, man. All right. So right here it says right here. All right, this guy Garfield, a fool, man. He's an idiot. All right, he just run his mouth. And he's an agent he's a demonic agent of Satan, man, or he's just an agent of the U.S. American government, man. All right, because he ain't teaching our people the damn thing, man, and he talking about basically economics and stuff. But America economy about to fall, man. So what you gonna trade, Garfield? Rocks and dirt clump? When the money there's no good anything, you gonna accept the chip, which you will. All right. Could we discuss that about you this past Sunday? When the elder had came and visit. All right. The elders from New York came and visit us here in Chicago. All right. But here where he said Proverbs chapter 29 verse 11 say, "Fool uttereth all his mind, but a wise man keep it in till afterwards." All right. And this is what God he uttered his fool he uttered all his mind, man. All right. He didn't think before he opened his mouth. He told me the Bible came along. Everybody just, man, people murdered each other before the Bible, man. All right, let's get right here. Terrorists of the ancient world, the Assyrians. All right, it's from February 2016. All right, this is one of many sins that was cruel, man, for the Bible stepped on the scene. It said, please note what fall contains some ancient text scriptures from the world of the ancient Assyrian. It said the ancient Assyrian homeland Mesopotamia extended northwest from the mouth of the Little Zab River, a tributary of the Tigris, only about 130 kilometers, 80 miles long. The Tigris itself. The country was not large, hemmed in between the desert beyond the river to the west and mountains on its east, rising just beyond a narrow strip of arable land between them and a river that was much less fertile than the southern Mesopotamia. Naturally, then, Assyria's most noble city, Ashur, Takuti, Nerota, Kala, Nivna, Durachakurin, all located along the Tigris. All right, it says the scarcity of farmland possibly helped give rise to the national character of the Assyrians, who were daring adventurers, brave warriors, talented organizers, and an enterprise commercial people. While not a scientific or literary people, which compared to their southern Babylon kinsmen, they was artistically talented, as revealed by their masterly sculptures in stone. Like the Babylonians and Arameans, all right, the Babylonians are Cushites, man. All right. It says the Assyrians were Semitic people, all right, not Semitic, all right, speaking a language closely related to the Babylonians. They use modified Babylonian community. They also spoke Lashua Kodash. I've seen that myself. I've seen on the scripture, the descriptions of them using it. All right, it says, being Semites, the Assyrian religion had many gods in common with other Semitic nations, especially the Babylon. But again, Babylonians are Cushites. All right, they're from Hamites. All right, it's Hamites. they too worship the great Babylonian. I mean, they worship the same gods in the area. You know, you're going to have influence on each other. They worship the great Babylonian deities such as Shamash, the sun god, Sin, the moon god, Ea, the god of water, Ishtar, the goddess of fertility. All right, that's the queen of heaven. All right. Anyway, it says, however, the principal god was Ashur, who was not part of Babylonian pantheon. He was depicted as a winged son, protecting and guiding the king who was his principal servant. Ashur was also symbolized by a tree that represented fertility, but above all, Ashur was the god of war. I'm reading again. Ashur was a god of war. As such as war, therefore, intrinsic to the Assyrian national religion. Every Assyrian military king was thought to be undertaken in response to direct orders of Ashur. All right, so they worship a real imaginary God. All right, because the true God is Yahweh. All right, it says every Assyrian military king was thought to be undertaken in response to the direct orders of Ashur. Thus, participation in warfare was considered an act of worship of kind. Such fact helps us understand why the Assyrians were a formal fight machine, while the cult of Assyria vanished when the Assyrian Empire was destroyed. It's right here. It says Assyrian cruelty and ruthlessness. The Assyrian Empire was the greatest of the Mesopotamian Empire. The king who represented the state was the natural pinnacle of the hierarchy. For all polygraphs recorded achievement, his two primary tasks as Assyrian king was to wage war and erect public buildings. All right. So Garfield, where's the Bible in this situation? Both were seen as religious duties to Assyrian gods. Historians divided the Assyrian Empire into three periods: the Old Kingdom, the Middle Empire, the Neo-Assyrian Empire. Multiple falls concerning the greatest period of the Assyrian Empire, that of the Neo-Assyrian Empire, 933-62 BC. The era that primarily gave the Assyrian Empire its reputation for extreme ruthlessness and cruelty. So where's the Bible, Garfield, in this situation? Assyrian history continued to pass a point, and there's still the Assyrians in Iran, Iraq, and the country today. Paradoxically, they are amongst the most friendly, hospitable people one can meet. All right, but guess what? They gotta be, you know, they king wicked. They gonna be wicked, man. You know, that's they're in the scriptures. All right, it says right here. It says Syrian national history as preserved for us in a cuneiform uniform inscriptions and images on the walls and floors of palaces and temples on clay. Alabaster tablets, prisms, and cylinders consist mainly of military campaign and battles. It perhaps the most gory and bloodthirsty history known. It perhaps the most gory and bloodthirsty of the history known. And from its beginning, Assyria was a strong military power bent on conquest. Any country or people that opposed their rule was punished with destruction of their cities, devastation of their fields and orchards. They were to be feared with good cause. Added, it said Adad Nari, all right, 1307 to 1275 BC. During the period of Middle Empire, commerce will become standard Assyrian policy for the rest of history. The deportation of large portions, population of conquered nation, and their replacement with Assyrians. All right, just like America did. All right, and that's why America is called. Esau does the same thing, man. All right, that's why America is called Assyria in the scriptures, man. All right, they cruel just like them. It said the policy, then they slaughter the tribe of Gad, so-called Native Americans, took all their land and stuff, did all types of torturing all types of way. All right. It says the policy killed national spirit and sentiment, destroyed all lords of any people group so treated. It helped prevent further uprisings. Then Esau did that. That's why you know America's called Assyrian Empire, because the Assyrians were a cruel people. All right, then no Bible influenced them, man. All right, they worship Ashur. All right, but anyway, it said while it uprooted people from their own homes and land, they as labor and persons with knowledge and ability were extremely valuable to Assyrians. Seems deported were treated well enough en route, and text that letter from Assyrian official is King Tiglath-Pileser III, 744-722 BC, which reads, all right, he's in the scriptures, man. That's when the Northern Kingdom began to get taken out of that land. All right. It said, I believe 1 Kings 17 and I think 18. All right, it says, as for Arameans, about whom my king Lord rent, prepare them for the journey. I should give them food, supply, clothes, and water, skin, a pair of shoes, or I do not have my donkeys yet, but once they're available, I will dispatch my convoy mass deportation. All right. But anyway, it was cruel, man. All right. Let's see. And they uprooted these people. It says, as for the Arameans, about whom the king, my lord, has said, they are to have wives. We have found numerous who will win, but their fathers refused to give them in marriage, claiming we will not consent unless they pay bride price. Let them be paid so that Arameans can get married. While the portable carriage was selected for ability is sent to areas where their talents could be used, it seemed the family would not separate. Rather, they was absorbed to the growing empire accepted as Assyrians. Don't that sound like America? All right, but anyway, it says under Ashur-dan, 933-910 BC, Assyrians conquered North Mesopotamia. From then on, its army marched almost every year. Ever expanded Assyrian Empire, the booty of the conquest financed their ever great exploits and dominion. It was from the time on the Assyrians began to practice ever increasing cruelty and ruthlessness toward resistant foes. Assyrian scripture and Praetorian relief testified Assyrian treatment of those they conquered their armies ruled. For example, Ashurnasirpal II, 883, 800 feet in BC, calls himself the trampler of all enemies, who defeated all his enemies and hung the course of his enemies on posts. All right, accounts like this don't describe what actually happened, but no doubt also designed to threaten others might think of resistance. The false description of the conquerors reveals why they could be called terrorists of the ancient world. All right, it says, in strife and conflict, I besieged and conquered the city. I felled 3,000 of fighting men with the sword. I captured many troops alive. I cut off some of their arms and hands. I cut off their noses. So what's the purpose of cutting off their damn noses, man? Their arms and hands. All right, cut off their noses, ears, extremities. I gouged out the eyes of many troops. I made 1 pound of living, one of the heads. I hung their heads on trees around the city. Such Assyrian record was only discovered in the past 100 years. Also testified to historic accuracy of ancient Jewish biblical records. All right, the Bible. All right, the book of the Israelites, man, the Torah. As in the writings of the prophet Nahum, writing about the having lived the capital of the Assyrian Empire, the century BC. All right, but it's not talking about that. Woe to this, talking about Esau, man. All right, it's talking about America. All right, Nahum 3:1. All right, it's not talking about that. It says Syrian and ancient Israel said it was in this time barbaric cruelty that Syria first went to battle against Israel. And like historic city was such a cruelty, we want to understand the action taken by some Israel king and prophets. All right. So, but the main point is, man, the Syrians was a cruel people, man. All right. That didn't have the Bible, man. So, Garfield, you just full of shit. You're a scammer of our people, man. All right. You're a fool. You don't think before you say something. All right. So gonna be in the picture, man. Syrian. You can see if you could see this clearly. Let's see. All right. Trying to get it where it said it was. Yeah, there you go, right there. All right. It was hung on the poles, man. All right. So where's the Bible doing that? The Bible making the Syrians doing that? All right, they're gonna somebody drew a picture of H. Leaf showing they getting their heads, chopping the people's heads off. All right, look at this gouging the eyes out. Look at this shit. All right, that's a redrawn of H. Leaf, showing they doing all these cruel things, man. Cutting people's hands off and all this stuff, man. This is where the Bible stepped on the scene, man. Garfield. Man, Garfield, you just full, you're full of it, man. All right. Like I said, people been murdering, torturing each other, man, and raping each other before the Bible came on the scene, man. So, shalom.